me from behind side. I was facing the lake. I have a...
No. Oh, you have some on your stomach?
911, what is the address of the emergency?
Someone came up and just shot my assistant manager.
Where is the shooter?
I don't have enough information. He's gone. He left in his car. He literally left a second ago.
Police in Carrollton, Texas rushed to a workplace after receiving a frantic 911 call from a coworker. The caller said he had just heard gunshots outside the building. The victim was identified as 24-year-old Alyssa Burkett. According to investigators, the attacker had been waiting outside the building. This was not a random encounter. The moment Alyssa arrived for work that morning, the attacker moved toward her, armed with both a gun and a knife. Within seconds, the parking lot turned into a scene of terror. Witnesses later said they heard Alyssa screaming, begging for help, and calling out as the attack unfolded. When police officers arrived, the scene was already beyond saving. Alyssa lay near the entrance of the building. Emergency responders tried desperately to help her, but the injuries were far too severe. Alyssa Burkett was pronounced dead at the scene. At that moment, officers had no idea that this case would grow into one of the most disturbing, emotionally charged, and complex homicide investigations Carrollton had ever seen. In the days, months, and years ahead, detectives would uncover a tangled web of jealousy, obsession, custody battles, manipulation, and control, all leading to a courtroom verdict that shocked everyone who followed the case. The crime scene. Minutes after the shooting, multiple patrol units flooded the area. The location was the parking lot of an apartment rental office on MacArthur Drive. Crime scene tape quickly surrounded the area. Near the entrance sat a gray Toyota Corolla. The driver's side window was shattered. Bullet holes were clearly visible in the glass. Officers pointed out handprints on the door, signs of a desperate attempt to escape. Witnesses told police they heard a loud pop sound and immediately knew it was a gunshot. Panic spread through the building as employees ran for cover. Just a few steps away from the car, investigators found a knife sheath lying on the sidewalk. Beyond that, Alyssa's body lay motionless. She had suffered both gunshot and stab injuries. The attack was violent, intense, and personal. Paramedics worked urgently, but there was nothing they could do. At exactly 9:12 a.m., Alyssa was officially pronounced dead. A medical examination tent was set up right there in the parking lot, so forensic teams could begin their work immediately. During this process, investigators made a chilling discovery: a tracking device hidden underneath Alyssa's vehicle. This discovery changed everything. The device was carefully placed, professionally concealed, and clearly meant to monitor Alyssa's movements over time. It was sent to digital forensics, but detectives already knew one thing: Alyssa had been watched. What witnesses saw? Detectives immediately began interviewing Alyssa's coworkers and nearby witnesses. Several people had seen parts of the attack, though no security cameras captured it directly. One witness described seeing a man holding a black knife. Another confirmed the attacker had approached the car calmly, not panicked, not rushed. According to the reconstructed timeline, Alyssa arrived at the parking lot at approximately 8:52 a.m. She had barely parked when a man stepped out of a nearby black SUV. He walked straight toward her car and fired a single shot through the driver's side window. Inside the building, employees heard the gunshot and ran into offices and hallways to hide. One coworker sitting near a window saw Alyssa inside her car at the moment the shot was fired. After shooting, the attacker briefly turned away as if preparing to leave. But Alyssa, incredibly, was still alive. She managed to open the car door and stagger toward the building. Witnesses saw her pounding on the glass, trying to get inside, asking for help. That's when the attacker returned. This time, He approached with a knife and launched a brutal, relentless attack before fleeing the scene in his vehicle. There were no cameras to capture his face, no license plate recorded, just chaos, fear, and unanswered questions. Profiler analysis. Detectives quickly realized this was not a random crime. The timing, location, and choice of weapons all pointed to someone who knew Alyssa personally. This was not robbery. This was not opportunistic violence. The use of both a gun and a knife showed planning. The tracking device proved long-term surveillance. The level of force indicated extreme emotional rage and a desire for control. Criminal profilers later explained that crimes like this often stem from personal relationships, romantic, familial, or custodial, where one person feels they are losing power. Friends later recalled Alyssa had once said she believed someone was capable of killing her. Who was Alyssa Burkett? Alyssa Burkett was born at the end of 1995 near Dallas, Texas. She was described as intelligent, determined, and deeply devoted to her family. After graduating high school, she moved to California to attend university, where she studied history. She had plans, goals, and a future she was building step by step. At 22 years old, Alyssa met a man named Andrew Beard through a dating app. Andrew was older, wealthy, and lived a life that seemed stable and secure. Their relationship began casually. Dinners, conversations, time together. But everything changed when Alyssa discovered she was pregnant. In July 2019, her daughter Willow was born. By that time, Alyssa and Andrew were no longer together, but they agreed to share custody. Alyssa became Willow's primary caregiver, while Andrew spent limited time with his daughter each week. Later, Alyssa began dating another man named Ben. From the outside, things appeared manageable, but behind the scenes, Alyssa was under intense pressure. The custody battle. Custody disputes with Andrew became exhausting and emotionally draining. Legal fees mounted. Financial stress grew. Alyssa's life slowly became consumed by court dates, paperwork, and fear of losing her child. Eventually, Andrew became engaged to a woman named Holly Elkins. Surprisingly, tensions seemed to ease. Alyssa and Holly exchanged messages expressing hope for a healthy co-parenting relationship. For a brief moment, it appeared that peace had been reached, but that peace didn't last. Strange accusations. In August, police received a call from Holly claiming Alyssa's mother had attacked her during an encounter involving Willow. Alyssa's mother strongly denied the allegations. With no evidence to support the claim, the case was closed. Then weeks later, police received another call, this time reporting suspicious activity involving Alyssa's car. Officers searched the vehicle and found cash, illegal substances, and a firearm with its serial number removed. Alyssa was shocked and terrified. She insisted the items were planted and begged police to believe her. Given Alyssa's clean background, lack of criminal history, and no connection to drugs or weapons, police chose not to pursue charges. But the damage was done. Fear and paranoia. After that incident, friends said Alyssa was never the same. She told people she felt watched. She believed someone was following her. She said she had seen Andrew's car near her home, at gas stations, and outside stores. Whether coincidence or not, her fear grew stronger every day. Alyssa began asking friends to walk her to her door. She told them to look behind them. She asked them to lock doors immediately. She even created a GoFundMe page, writing that she feared for her life and her daughter's safety. This wasn't just about money. It was about survival.